Welcome to UXL, where you can learn new skills anytime and anywhere. Visit uxl.com to explore our full course selection. This lesson is part of a larger course. Check the video description below for a link to the full course where you can enroll. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. For your convenience, the course cover displayed on your screen provides the complete course title and lesson title. Let's proceed with the lesson. Lesson roles and policies. IAM roles and policies are fundamental components of AWS's Identity and Access Management Service, which is critical for managing secure access to AWS resources. Within AWS, IAM roles and policies enable organizations to enforce fine-grained access controls, ensuring that the right users and applications have appropriate levels of access while maintaining the security and compliance requirements of the organization. IAM roles are essentially sets of permissions that define what actions are allowed or denied for specific AWS resources. Unlike IAM users, which are associated with a single person or service, IAM roles are intended to be assumable by anyone who needs them, allowing for more flexible and dynamic access control mechanisms. This flexibility is particularly useful in scenarios such as granting temporary access to third-party applications, enabling cross-account access, and allowing AWS services to interact with each other securely. Policies, on the other hand, are JSON documents that define permissions for IAM users, groups, and roles. These policies specify what actions are permitted or denied on which resources and under what conditions. AWS provides managed policies, which are predefined and maintained by AWS, and customer-managed policies, which can be fully customized to meet specific organizational requirements. Policies are attached to IAM users, groups, or roles to grant permissions. The effectiveness of IAM roles and policies can be demonstrated through their ability to enforce the principle of least privilege, a core tenet of security best practices. The principle of least privilege dictates that users and applications should have only the minimal level of access necessary to perform their tasks. For instance, an IAM role assigned to an EC2 instance might have a policy allowing read-only access to a specific S3 bucket, ensuring that the instance cannot inadvertently or maliciously modify or delete data. IAM roles are indispensable for enabling cross-account access, a common requirement in multi-account AWS environments. By setting up roles that can be assumed by users or services from other AWS accounts, organizations can streamline access management and reduce the need for hard-coding credentials, which can be a significant security risk. For example, a development account might need read access to production logs stored in a separate account. Instead of sharing long-term credentials, the development account can assume an IAM role in the production account that grants the necessary permissions. Further illustrating the importance of IAM policies, consider the use of service-linked roles, which are predefined roles that certain AWS services require to function correctly. These roles, created and managed by AWS, ensure that the services have the necessary permissions to interact with other AWS resources securely. For example, Amazon RDS uses service-linked roles to manage database instances, backups, and snapshots, ensuring that these operations are executed with the appropriate permissions without requiring user intervention. The granularity of IAM policies extends to conditional access controls, allowing permissions to be granted or denied based on specific conditions. These conditions can include the time of day, the IP address range of the requester, or the presence of specific tags on AWS resources. Conditional policies provide an additional layer of security by ensuring that access is granted only when specific criteria are met. For instance, an organization might enforce a policy that allows IAM users to access sensitive resources only during business hours and from the corporate network, thereby reducing the risk of unauthorized access. Moreover, IAM roles and policies facilitate secure automation and orchestration within AWS environments. By allowing AWS Lambda functions, EC2 instances, and other services to assume roles with the requisite permissions, organizations can automate routine tasks without compromising security. For example, a Lambda function might assume a role with permissions to write logs to CloudWatch, interact with DynamoDB tables, and publish messages to SNS topics, enabling a seamless and secure workflow. The role of IAM policies in achieving compliance with regulatory requirements cannot be overstated. By meticulously defining and enforcing access controls, organizations can demonstrate adherence to standards such as GDPR, HIPAA, and SOC 2. IAM policies provide the traceability and auditability necessary for compliance, ensuring that access to sensitive data is tightly controlled and monitored. For instance, an organization subject to GDPR might use IAM policies to ensure that only authorized personnel have access to personal data and that all access is logged for auditing purposes. To underscore the significance of IAM roles and policies, consider the case of Capital One's data breach in 2019, where a misconfigured IAM role allowed an attacker to access sensitive data stored in S3 buckets. This incident highlights the critical importance of properly configuring IAM roles and policies to prevent unauthorized access. Organizations must conduct regular reviews and audits of their IAM configurations to identify and remediate potential vulnerabilities. Statistics further emphasize the importance of robust IAM practices. According to a 2020 report by Verizon, 58% of data breaches involved compromised credentials. This underscores the need for stringent access controls and the proper use of IAM roles and policies to mitigate the risk of credential-based attacks. Implementing multi-factor authentication alongside well-defined IAM policies can significantly reduce the likelihood of such breaches. In conclusion, IAM roles and policies are indispensable tools for managing access to AWS resources securely and efficiently. By leveraging these mechanisms, organizations can enforce the principle of least privilege, enable secure cross-account access, facilitate service-to-service interactions, and ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. The flexibility and granularity of IAM policies allow for tailored access controls that meet the specific needs of diverse AWS environments. As the Capital One breach vividly illustrates, the correct configuration and ongoing management of IAM roles and policies are paramount in safeguarding against unauthorized access and potential data breaches. IAM roles and policies are not merely technical implementations, but are integral to an organization's overall security posture, requiring diligent attention and continuous improvement. This concludes the lesson. We trust you found this video informative and engaging. To enroll in the complete course, please use the link provided in the description below. At UXL, we are committed to your learning journey. Each course offers a certificate of completion, online support, and downloadable resource files to enhance your experience. If you found our content valuable, we invite you to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to supporting your continued pursuit of knowledge.